Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Profit Plays podcast. Today is November 13th, and the Dallas Cowboys. Never mind. I'm going to say I was going to go in on them right there and then, but I'm going to save some energy for later.
Stephen A. Smith style.
Yeah. Joining me tonight, we have Trey Trends.
What's up, guys?
And special guest Tyler Randall. Guys, how are we feeling about this Sunday night game so far? Trey, I'll give it to you first.
It's been interesting. It's going a little bit like I planned how to go. Christian McCaffrey's involved. Elijah Mitchell is not as involved as I was hoping he would be. But for them to be down at halftime, I was kind of hoping that they were going to cover tonight. I think it was -7 whenever I bet it. So we'll see if they could come through for me. But as of right now, it's not looking so good.
Yeah, the 49ers looked pretty bad. Justin Herbert's looked really good, 161 yards and a touchdown so far, and it looks like they just got 49ers just got a penalty for unnecessary roughness, so they're going to tack on some more points here before half. Teats, what about you? How you feeling about tonight's game?
It doesn't make sense. Like, this Chargers team is depleted. This 49ers defense is great. I mean, I figured that Austin Eckler is going to get keyed on quite a bit, but I don't understand how Justin Herbert, with his number 1 and 2 out, how he's able to succeed as much as he is so far. I don't get it.
Yeah, but, time will tell. 49ers may come out in the second half hot and win by a couple touchdowns. But
hey, does anyone want to say a group prayer for Bear? We got a comment there, Cam, saying it's a sad day for Bear. True Blue Nation failed him once again. Prayers up.
I'll get into it later, but let's get into our betting slips from this weekend before we do that. Teats, I'm on our betting slip. You have the best record, so let's do it.
Well, the USC-Colorado game, I'm not going to lie, I was terrified. At one point in time, it was 3-2 going into the second quarter.
I think that was your face whenever you were watching the first quarter of the USC game, right?
I was definitely trying to find any way, shape, and form to send a pathological or a mental message to Lincoln Riley to make sure that he knows that he's just screwing everything up for me.
Yeah.
Came through. Hey, 66 points over. That's cool. Vikings-Bills might have been one of the best games to watch today. It was electric. We just saw some of the best catches from both Stephon Diggs and Justin Jefferson. And the Vikings plus 5.5, it covered. I don't know how, honestly, other than Josh Allen deciding to fumble on the 1-yard line, giving them an easy touchdown.
That was wild.
Yeah.
Lions, Bears. Dude, I told you guys, smash over, easiest bet I've ever taken in my life. Like, it's just absolutely insane. I do want to apologize about the Penn State Maryland bet. I had more faith in Maryland. Sean Clifford's been looking pretty bad. I thought Maryland can cover 10 points. So that's on me.
Yeah, and on that Bills game, 3 weeks in a row, Josh Allen's been shaving points. Nobody's going to talk about it, but I will. Josh Allen's shaving points, but we won't get into that right now. Maybe next week I'll talk about it a little bit more. But Trey, how were your picks this weekend?
It is what it is. It's a little rough. 1-3 weekend. K-State was my lock of the weekend, so I felt pretty good about that. I took a lot of unders, and usually the unders are hitting this season, except for I went 0-3 this weekend with them. The Georgia-Mississippi State game, the over hit, I think, midway through the third, so that kind of hurt. The Cowboys versus Packers, the over hit midway through the third or early fourth. And the Colts versus Raiders, I thought that was going to be under City until we found out Matt Ryan was starting, and then I knew that I was screwed. If Sam Ehlinger was under center, I think it would have hit under pretty easily there. But 1-3 week, I'm going to be looking to improve, do a little bit more digging, and I promise it'll be a little bit better record next weekend, guys.
Yeah, tough breaks on some of those games, but getting into my card here, member plays on BearsProfitPlays.com. 1-1 on the weekend. Not great, not good, not bad. Website free plays 2-1. Both member and free plays over 50% on the website for all of our contributors there. So check us out. The rest of my bets were sometimes good, sometimes shit. Saturday like 2-3, and Sunday Dallas crushed me, which you'd think I'd be immune, but I cried like a little baby after the game. And Commanders plus 11 is my pending bet. Now I'm gonna try to talk about the Dallas game without freaking out, but my brain and my eyes didn't watch the same game. My brain, when the Dallas Cowboys were up 28-14, said, "You're good, Bear. You're up 28-14 in the fourth quarter. You're dominating on the offensive side of the ball." My eyes were seeing every time Green Bay has the ball, they're running it straight down your throat, and you're getting some lucky breaks when they have to punt. So it may have been the worst Cowboys Packers comeback on the Cowboys I've ever seen, and I've had a couple bad ones. Packers, last one I can remember, the Packers got the ball with like 12 seconds left. They made one throw over the sideline, toe tap catch, and they kicked the field goal to go to the NFC Championship game. But I'm going to move on from this game so I don't have a heart attack. And, the Cowboys hurt me like they always do. I'll get over it. Hopefully they make the playoffs, but I'm fine right now selling the team and hoping for a good draft pick. But let's get on to the games for this week, or for Monday night. Only game on the card for the show tonight, Commanders versus Eagles. Looks like the Eagles at home are minus 10.5. Over under is 43.5. Trey, what do we have on this game for you?
Well, it's pretty interesting. 10.5 line is pretty big. Eagles have been known to cover that. 10.5. They've covered 6 of 1 in their last 7 games overall at home, so I'm not too worried about that. But I'm going to go with a total pick. According to WinBet, 71% of the money means 71% of the bets and 95% of the money is on the under here. So I'm going to go fade the public, and over 43 is going to be my pick for the game. Over is 4-1 in the last 5 games for the Eagles overall. The over is 8-1 in the last 9 games overall, home games, and the over is 6-2 in the last 8 meetings between these two teams in Philly. So that's going to be my pick. And I also got 3 player props for you guys. The first one's going to be Dallas Goedert under 45.5 receiving yards. Commanders allow the 3rd least yards to tight ends at 33 yards per game. So I'm going to go under on Dallas Goedert. And then the second one's going to be A.J. Brown over 26.5 longest reception. The Commanders allow the 3rd highest yards per reception in the league at almost 15 yards per catch. So that's pretty high. I think that A.J. Brown's going to catch at least one deep ball tomorrow, and it's going to be at least 27 yards. And then last play, A.J. Brown over 70.5 receiving yards. Commanders allow the 5th highest receiving yards per game to 2 wide receivers with almost 175 yards per game. So I think A.J. Brown's going to cook tomorrow, but I think Dallas Goedert might struggle.
Are you thinking about taking those in a parlay, or are you going to take them all straight?
I'm going to take them all straight because I've been hurt too much on parlays, and FanDuel's kind of tricky. I'm not even for sure if they would let me put that in a parlay. We'll see what they would let me do. Longest reception, yeah, it's not parlayable.
Yeah, but all right, we'll take them straight then. Three player props.
But if you put the under and the 2 receiving yards in there, it's a plus 583. So I like that a lot.
Nice.
Teats, what do you have for this game?
So I'm going to Eagles minus 10.5, and this is exactly why. So the last time that the Commanders and Eagles played, I know it was with trash Carson Wentz, but he got sacked 9 times. The final score was 24-8. It was an absolute blowout. I think the Eagles could have scored more if they really wanted to. So I think that 10.5 with this being a rivalry game, Eagles are just so far superior. I know that Taylor Heineke is playing out of his mind, but I think that the Eagles will take this 14-point game probably. Some player props. I'm looking at some receptions. I saw that Devontae Smith had 8 receptions last time they played. Trey was talking about how they gave up, the 5th most yards for a receiver. I'm going to go Devontae Smith over 4.5 receptions. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to go, let me find it real quick, over 53.5 yards for Devontae Smith as well.
Okay.
I was thinking about the Devonta Smith over A.J. Brown, but I bet on Devonta Smith last week, and he put up a donut, so I was going to go A.J. Brown there, but I do like Devonta Smith as well because he'll be seeing a lot lackluster coverage compared to A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
Teats on the Eagles again. Teats loves getting hurt by the Eagles, so
dude,
this should be fun to watch.
Absolutely.
Tyler, do you have a pick for us for this next Monday night game?
Oh yeah, of course. I bet on every game. We're gonna take the Commanders plus the 10.5 on the road. Honestly, I would never bet the Eagles. I don't think they're as good as their record shows. Just give it time. Still show.
Spicy.
You sound like Jesse as a Cowboys fan over there.
And then I would also take the over. I think Heineke, he'll put up some points tomorrow. The Eagles will put up points. Ultimately, they'll at least stay within 10.5. So I would parlay those two together.
So you're on the Commanders plus the 10.5 and the over 43.5,
Yeah.
and you're gonna parlay them.
Of course. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna agree with Tyler on the Commanders pick. I had it in my bet slip for this weekend's picks, and I'm gonna stick with it tomorrow night. Dallas lost. That means the Eagles have to lose. So Commanders plus the 10.5 out of spite of Dallas losing. But that's the game we have for you on this episode. Tyler is going to give us his hot take, his segment. So Tyler, let's hear that hot take, buddy.
All right. So it's an NBA hot take.
Okay.
All
already-
right. It better
already
not be
bet
about LeBron James, or else I'll kill you.
Oh, make it.
It's not. No.
Sorry, that was aggressive.
I don't talk about LeBron. He's going like
Irrelevant.
bald officially in the back of his head, losing hair. No. The New Orleans Pelicans to represent the Western Conference in the finals,
Ooh.
The Pelicans to
Plus
win the
1400.
West.
led by Brandon Ingram and his partner Zion.
His partner. Okay.
Okay, so you're taking the Pelicans to win the West and be in the NBA Finals.
That's correct.
Okay, without looking it up, can you name me the starting five for the Pelicans?
McCollum, Brandon Ingram, Zion. They get that guy that steals the ball a lot. He doesn't stop.
Jose Alvarado.
Defense, baby.
Who's the big
Yeah.
man? Who's the big man?
Valanciunas.
Okay, and then who plays the two?
Come
Or you
on,
said
who's the
McCollum.
wing? Who's
Who
the
plays
wing?
Jesus.
Okay, that was
You know what?
Tyler's hot take.
I love it though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. Pelicans are a good team, I think. So we'll see how they do. You know, I don't hate the take. What was the?
They're
what
one
was the
game
plus
above
money?
500 right now.
What was
Yeah.
the plus to make the finals, Tyler?
Plus 1400.
Plus 1,400. That's not bad at all. So,
I
all right,
already bet it. So
you already bet. That was Tyler's hot take. So,
Jesus.
before we get out of here, I'm going to ask you guys for a pick on who's going to win this game tonight. Chargers are up 16-10 at the half. What do you guys think? Do you think San Fran comes back?
Herbert just went out with he's being evaluated.
He just
for
had
his
a head
head.
injury. Yeah.
Oh
So-
no!
Did he?
Money. Oh, San Francisco is minus 154. Hurry up and go bet it.
San Francisco minus 154. Is Herbert out for sure for the second half?
They just said he was being evaluated.
just
so
evaluated.
Yeah, so
It's uncertain at the moment.
San
but
Francisco
still probably-
minus 1.5 is minus 114, minus 114.
I would still take the Niners. I think they're the better team overall.
yeah, I do. I agree with that. All right,
See,
Niners second half's the bet for everybody here. Thank you guys for joining. If you guys like the content here, make sure to check us out on bearsprofitplays.com. All of our links are in the description below, so make sure to give us a follow and check them out. As always, like and subscribe, guys. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, guys.
But
Thank you.
Pelicans.
No.